All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back for another live watch party. I am back in town, back riding high. It is looking good. The week ahead is going to be strong, definitely strong. Definitely, we're looking at gonna get stuff out. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a review, a little summary there of Wednesday. Finished up. I caught it last week. I got the video recorded. We'll get on to that. And then I think I'm gonna do some. I got a Cobra Kai video I want to get out, and then I'm going to do some Stranger Things. Um, that season, it's coming up kind of fast. Actually, it's a little over 2 months away. I have a few theories, so we'll do some stuff like that. And then I want to be hitting Learn Party 2. So it'll probably be a focus on Cobra Kai as there is, and then some Stranger Things maybe till the end of the year, and then I want to be getting I'll Learn Party 2 because I think there's a lot of good to come from that. How is it going? It's going good. So we were out this past week, which is why I wasn't able to stream last Sunday. Like I was in another city. Wife party had a bit of a vacation. So, that was just we knew it was coming. It's planned, and I got like something else coming up first week of October, but and then that's really it for the rest of the year. Actually, it'll settle down after that. So, this year's been kind of chaotic with the schedule more than I would have wanted. I just got to admit that's the way it was. But definitely, we'll be focusing it pretty soon. But thank you, Melissa, for coming on in. Do you think we might get an announcement on spinoffs in December? Um, yeah, I do. I mean, I've been saying, and this, I'll cover some of this in my video. I've been saying I thought we would get something announced, not out, but something announced this year. Um, you know, I also thought maybe we would get something. I mean, I thought by the end of the summer. It's still summer. For about another week, but that's looking less likely. I think what happened is John, Josh, and Hayden, perhaps legitimately so, um, wanted to juggle a few other things on their plate. Since Cobra Kai ended, they're shooting a movie. I think it's still in production in Florida about a bachelor party or whatever, something like that. Um, like a 3-day bachelor, which is crazier than mine. um, they were shooting. They were involved with that movie. I forget their direct capacity. They announced a Harold and Kumar movie. Like just announced, so it was like still to be written. So like that's a whole project for them if they're gonna, John and Hayden or Josh actually the article included Josh. Were they gonna go away and then write a movie script? I mean, that's like literally minimum 3 months, but realistically, could be more. Um, they announced what's the other thing they announced? I don't even remember. Um, let me see. Yeah, Knight Rider. Like I gotta look back shit up. Okay, Yeah, so they announced a Knight Rider movie, right? So it's now we're back into another movie. Um, you know, and that's also looked like it still, and now it's still to be written, so they would have to go away and write the script to that too. So they got like a script for Harold and Kumar to write, a script for this Knight Rider to write. Worth noting, it doesn't necessarily mean um those scripts would even happen. The development process is kind of weird, because first, you pitch your idea, then you pitch, basic like outline, and then you submit an outline, blah, blah, blah. It may be a little bit different. They are their own production companies. So, I mean, I don't know. You don't know how far this stuff's going to go. Actually, were they writing? Hold on. I'm looking at that. I'm just to see if they were going to write Knight Rider or they're just producing it. Maybe they're just producing it. They're in talks. Okay, yeah, it says to write the screenplay, but it just says this article is just about being in talks. So, I mean, that means they don't even have a deal. It's kind of weird. I mean, usually like when it's hits the trades, the variety trade magazines, it's they at least have a deal they're announcing, like, hey, we got a deal. And gonna do it, but I don't know. At least what I'm reading here, it just says early talks. So but it does have them writing it. So that's another big thing. So, maybe they want to just take 2 years off. I don't know. I just threw that out there. I don't like I'm making that up, but like, they got some other stuff they want to cover first. It had been 3 years since season 5 came out. Remember it pretty well. I really liked that one. Yes, I do too. Oh boy. Season 5 was the first time I was watching live. Um Up on my computer and live streaming. I did 5 episodes and I was like, that's enough. Um, Come to think of it, I've never done more than 5 episodes live. Or did I do more? I think unless I went to 6, but I thought I just did 5. Yeah, it was definitely a fun one. Ended really strong. I liked the start. I thought, in episode 2 was really good with Chosen infiltrating and the stuff with Miguel's dad. Episode 5, like the Miguel Robbie kind of conclusion and stuff like that. And then Daniel like losing it, getting his butt kicked by Terry Silver. Then you get on Kim Da-eun comes in second half of the season, and then we get on and the finale is really good. I do agree. It's really good. T-Flex Champ is here. T-Flex Champ. He's personal trainer, bodybuilder, going into competitions, man. He's got muscle. He can help you get some muscle. Check him up on Instagram. Hit him up. And he's a good Cobra Kai fan. Good Mike Barnes fan. Who's your favorite Cobra Kai YouTuber apart from yourself? Could I say Cobra Kai Companion? Check out the Cobra Kai Companion YouTube channel. Recaps on every episode, all 65 episodes. I joined in season 5, actually. I was just in with 2 seasons. But very proud of that. And, Peter and I and our breakdowns, and we have some other fun videos, podcasts, but, it's a podcast. Other than that, I would say Drew. Cobra Kai Kid. He and I have been close for a long time. He's making that documentary right now. Best of luck to him. I'm going to check in on him when that's done. And I just sent him something in the mail, actually. Like, what day was that? Like, that was like Friday, so he didn't get it yet, and he may be out around. Cobra Kai 2 will come in 2050. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. So you think that the chances are still good we could get at least announcement of spin-offs around that time you're saying? Make sure you understand. Yeah, I mean, I still think like I know I was just talking here for a while. All the other stuff they have on their plate, clearly, this is stuff that may have been on the back burner, so to speak. Like while they were just working on Cobra Kai, like Cobra Kai was like season 6 was like it hurt them like they were shooting like 6-7 days. They were, I think, to try and just get it done, get it on budget, because they didn't have as much money as they wanted, and they were just really, really exhausted, I think. And I mean, that was the production, but and obviously maybe post was a little bit easier, but probably not a whole lot, because they were getting stuff done because it was being dropped in waves, as you recall. So uh yeah, so I can understand, they're like, we got these other things like the Knight Rider that has been in their head, like, let's talk it over, let's negotiate. I don't even know who they're dealing to do with Universal. Okay, I'm like looking over at it, see if they're trying to, look at some other stuff before they dig back into the Miyagi verse. But that doesn't mean maybe an announcement comes this year. And even if they something's announced, but like, let's say they don't start working on it until later half of next year, like that could be like, that would make sense. Like, I mean, I would just expect that almost. How goes? Pretty good, pretty good. As I said, I was out of town last week, which I mentioned the week before in my defense. We got like one more week early next month of stuff. But then it'll probably be, nothing else till the end of the year other than holidays and stuff. But it's good. I'll cover Cobra Kai. I want to talk about the spinoffs and everything, as well as getting then focus a little more on Stranger Things and Learn Party. Stuck on that Knight Rider movie. Major fan, 80s guy, yeah. Well, I mean, you're not alone, T-Flex Champ, man. You're not alone on that. Like, for those who don't know, hold on, let me find it. Yeah, hold on. So yeah, okay. Here, look. For those who don't know, like, if you just go on your YouTube, search Knight Rider, not while watching Watch Party, when after this, like here, you can click eliminate excess weight. Knight Rider episode. It's just going on YouTube live. They're shooting lasers. Look at that. Like, it for what it's worth, T-Flex Champ is the one who told me about this. I didn't even know. 8,500 watching right now. Like, it's actually not bad.
Okay, let's try another pass. Let's go.
We're gonna try another pass. Did you get? I don't know. I might have not. Oh no. Oh no.
That's our last shot.
Anyway, yeah. So if you're a Knight Rider, it is literally on YouTube. Check it out. Oh, actually, thousands of times. It's what you're thinking as well. Yeah, I think so. Like age 6 when it came out. Not bad. Yeah, nothing too exciting TV wise. Yeah, I got a video on Wednesday. I'm just doing it to complete it because I did part 1 and I did part 1 because I did the other. Um, I don't know. Say a few things about it, a few things about Wednesday, but then we'll get on Stranger Things. I think there's some Stranger Things fans there and such um that are got some stuff to watch, you know what I mean? Can build a little bit of a following. Kit. Yeah, Kit. When will we get a Cobra Kai spinoff? I mean, I don't know. I mean, originally back in February when we finished the show, my hope was by the end of summer. Well, um, we're coming up to the end of summer here, about 1 week left. We got 1 week left of summer. Um, but I still hope maybe by the end of the year, which is, was my second, you know, something could get done. My suspicion is, provided Cobra Kai was successful and everyone made money, so to speak. There's interest and desire for something from Sony and from Netflix. I mean, according to them, they've been talking about it since season 2. On some level, and then even when the show first was on Netflix, even before season 3 dropped, they said there were discussions about it. So, this has been bouncing around for years now, essentially. Um, so I mean, the interest is there. It's just a little bit about John, Josh, and Hayden. And that's why I was going on about all those other projects they got, because it may make sense that they want to do something. At least, get some of those other things that were on their mind done first. Where are we at? Only interesting is a reality show that is U.S. politics. In a fashion, yeah. Yeah. You try to avoid that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I have. Well, not on Watch Party, but it always felt like you get into that stuff and then you're just arguing shit every day. Sometimes the same shit. And like you ever watch people get in that? And it's just like, man, circular arguments back and forth forever. And then like I realized that in college and it made me like disengage a little. Should be a spin-off. Yeah. Jeremy Austin's here. Thank you for coming on in, Jeremy. I think we're having a good evening, Jeremy. Thank you. Hope you having a good evening as well. Yes, I have watched Breaking Bad and enjoyed it. For sure. I am a Breaking Bad enjoyer. Trying your best to keep the 80s alive. Yeah, I think we all are. I've seen people talk about it like it was the last real time. I mean, there was no internet. There's essentially like no cell phones. It was the first such a innocent age, so to speak. Although I think the 90s applies to that really too. Obviously, we had internet in the 90s, but it wasn't like the internet today. I mean, anyone who was around in the 90s knows, it was just all very new still and not even, completely widespread yet. I'm thinking it's a Miyagi prequel or spinoff that sets up a Miyagi prequel down the line, like a Sam spinoff, which is Miyagi's ancestral home. It could be. It could be. There's definitely potential in Okinawa, so that's a big thing. And then, how is a spinoff? Is it structured as like is it structured is it what's the word I'm looking for? Framing. Like where they have like where a show is like framed where it's in the present day but then like flashbacks. So like most of the show is essentially in the past, but like you get a scene or two in present day. You could do like a framing like that, but yeah. Gen V season 2 is out. I did watch season 1. I did watch that. What was it? It was like okay, but like I don't know. Jesus Christ, I don't even remember anything that happened. like it's I also kind of just lost interest in the what you would call it universe. The that whole universe. It was like they kind of like went off the rails. I mean, started somewhat decent, but then like went bad. That was a great show. The last 5 episodes added too many random characters. Stick to Mike Barnes. Yep. Always about to stick to Mike Barnes. How hard is it, people? Your recipe for success. Younger kids, younger people don't understand the 80s. Yeah. Well, that is for sure. They don't. Chat rooms, porn, and Neopets. I like your memory of the like if you asked me to name 3 things from the 90s, I probably wouldn't name any of those. Like maybe chat rooms, but I really never did chat rooms. So once or twice. And porn and Neopets. But like they didn't even like it was like early day porn. It was very low quality, right? And I don't know the Neopets. I think that craze missed me, whatever it was. Mike Barnes' origin story would be nice when he was the tournament terror. Maybe. Had dial-up internet. It was horrible growing up. Yeah, it was a thing. The boys universe. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you, Robin Lynn. Like I was like, you couldn't even remember the name of that show. Anyway, yeah, the boys universe. So that's it's like I don't know. I checked out. I don't. You can't do everything, I guess. And I just like I don't like feel like it's going somewhere amazing. I think that's a big part of it. Like as you were sticking along with Cobra Kai, like you just kind of knew the show was going to go somewhere and it was going to be like really good and satisfying at the end, right? Like that's what we knew was going to happen. Um Now not so much. Like it's just y- um hmm, um let's see the yeah, like it's the boys, it's like like what are they really doing? Do you get what I mean? Um that's kind of like the way I see it. Fine with this spinoff as long as it's done right, sure, and not forced like the new Crow movie was. Yeah, those Crow movies. I never got into that. Do you think Wednesday season 3 will come out in 2027? Probably, because 2 years is the fastest they can do anything these days. Even though season 2 finished with the saying a new season's coming. And I mean, season 2 ended on a cliffhanger. I hope to get the video out tomorrow. It's recorded. I just got to edit it. But and and I point that out at the end of the video. It's like it ends this cliffhanger going right into season 3. Um like to end on a cliffhanger and take 2 years. Like you should end on a cliffhanger and it should be like maximum 6 months, like 8 months maybe. Um like for those who don't know, and Critical Drinker was just talking about like seasons usually used to end in the springtime, like around May, give or take. And a lot of times like Star Trek did this a lot. They end on a cliffhanger into their new season. The new season starts like in the fall, like September, like it would be like right now. So it'd be like, 3-4 months from like May to September. Boom. you know, Not 2 years. Like ending on a cliffhanger and then picking up 2 years later is I think it's like so bad. Oh, what are Neopets? I don't know. I wish that we got more Mike Barnes. Well, a lot. I think it would have been a great addition to Sakai Takai. I think it would have bonded with Kenny Hawk and Tori. Yeah. Yeah. I liked that he was like training them and preparing them for the Sakai Takai. Um, I don't like that he I don't like that he it did got them the right team, right? Did Mike Barnes get him the best team? I don't know if he did. It was kind of a struggle. It's unfortunate. If the big three can give justice to Cobra Kai, they'll definitely give justice to Knight Rider. Fair enough. It is a movie though, so it's a completely different context. Knight Rider is a movie. So see how they do it. See how they do it. Still waiting for the Stranger Things Cobra Kai crossover. Yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming. Um it's gonna be coming soon. It's coming. Um the first 2 seasons was good, but now it's a gore fest, very graphic. It's about politics and current events. Yes, I see. I agree. I jumped in after like the third season, I think. Um, and season 1 is good. Season 1's like, oh, I get that. That's got some stuff going. Like that's pretty good. Um, Definitely like dived into the whole Me Too thing and stuff like that, and like just the way like they handle like celebrities and are managed and they'll pay people off, and it's like a lot of it feels real, but then like I think like instead of finding the satire of it in kind of like being satirical about, they almost like started taking themselves seriously about it. I don't know, maybe that's not what the best way to put it. Or like saw people liked it and then wanted to push harder, or now you feel like you're just using the characters and story you created as like a vessel for something else, instead of like just having a lot of fun with what you're creating. Mike Barnes was a wasted character. I wouldn't go so far to say a wasted character, but I mean, there could have been more. When is Knight Rider coming out? It's a far way off because they're only in discussions about it, So, it looks like from the articles like they haven't even signed a deal or finalized a deal yet. So, it's still a long way off. There's a long way to go. Discussions on Reacher. You mean the Amazon show? I did watch the first episode. And boy, is that guy the best at everything. I understand it gets a little more complicated. Peter likes it, and Peter recommended it to me. I could try and take a look at it. They were a little like Pokemon. He got the right fighters except Dimitri and Devin. Yeah. Although I don't think Devin was that bad, but she got down on herself. Although I guess maybe Kenny instead of Devin, but Dimitri was a bad choice. Barnes spinoff. Mike Barnes is a guy who deserves a spinoff. Yeah. He was only in 3 episodes. Yeah, he didn't have the biggest role. Is David Haas going to be in the movie? Do you mean Hasselhoff? Probably not, but you never know. Full of supernatural actors. I never saw that show, but I know a lot of people really love it. Got tired of stop watching after 3. There's very little story. Yeah. Yes, the 4th Harold and Kumar movie. That probably would be first in their order of things, because that seems like there was at least a deal. So maybe they're moving that direction. Take your nephew and nieces to see Super Mario Galaxy movie. Is that a new movie coming? The last Mario movie, 2 years ago, was a hit. That was 2 years ago. Was it a year and a half? 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I didn't know that if there's a new one coming. Or is it just the same one? Ben Wang was in Karate Kid Legends. Oh, see him in Long Walk by Stephen King. Maybe. It looks pretty good. But maybe I want to read the book instead. Although the movie has Mark Hamill too, so I think you would have if Johnny didn't intervene. I'm not saying that Devin shouldn't have gone, but as far as picking the teams, I think it was Barnes was giving them. Barnes would have given them their strongest. Yeah, it's Johnny's fault. Allie having her spinoff. Now, after Cobra Kai success, do you see more martial arts content in Hollywood getting popular again? It's hard to do well. I mean, there will always be stuff like that going around. So maybe Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. He made it. Watch Party Hayes. What it do? I just got in the chat. Hope you doing very well, my man. We're hitting it here on the eve of a Sunday, hitting it while doing it my way. Come on, boys. We're rapping it town. Hitting it, dude. Singing it loud. Wow, 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 wow. Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. Always putting us up there. I remember when I had fiance party on this, and she was always doing the beats for me. I was praying he could be Johnny, real dad, soft spot for Johnny. Who is that? Barnes, or I don't know who you meant. At least he met Kreese. I've never seen Walking Dead. It's just I was gonna get into it. I don't know. It was kind of like it was weird. It was a show created by Frank Darabont, right? Who's a writer director I always respected and admired, and he created like Walking Dead, and then there was like a dispute over money, and the series just fired him. Like it was like a smash hit, right? And then he gets fired from his own show that like he made, and then I was always like a little annoyed. It's like, well, I wanted to see Frank Darabont's Walking Dead because I had meant to watch it, and then I kind of didn't watch it. But I guess whoever they replaced Frank Darabont with did a good job, but because it stayed a hit for 10 years, 15 years. Like I remember at Party City or whatever, it was like for Halloween, and like there was this couple, and like the girl was like courting because they were both good. They were like all going as people from like The Walking Dead. She's no, I gotta get this because this, and you gotta get this, and my friend, so and so has got to get this because she's going at that person. Like, yeah, it's huge, but I never saw it. Supernatural is a good show. Yeah, people were really into that show too. Who would have ruled 2023? It still did well. It's okay. You don't have to like be disappointed. Barbie made a lot of money as well. It would be cool to see a spinoff of Amanda LaRusso back in high school. Would it though? With her cousin on Cobra Kai. Yeah. When did you spin off? I want to see the relationship of Kenny and Devin because it was evident in the last season that they were going to be a thing. It was a little bit, but like it wasn't like hard. It's kind of weird. Devin's older than Kenny. I mean, let's just be honest. That doesn't happen a lot. It's not impossible, but it's not the most common. Oh, they dropped a teaser in Nintendo Direct for Mario Galaxy movie, April 2026. Maybe we will go see it. I was just playing Mario Kart with a few of my nephews and one of the nieces this afternoon. Spent most of the day over there. Still a big Sam Axel shipper. Hoping that to be a spinoff. See, Robin Lynn, the thing is, if you want Sam and Axel together, that means Sam has to dump Miguel for Axel. And if she dumps Miguel, I'll be like, see, guys, I told you she was bad for Miguel. And everyone would be like, no, Watch Party's wrong. Watch Party's an idiot. Why did Watch Party get proven right? So that's why it's why Sam Axel can never happen. Because I would say Sam was probably not good for Miguel, and then it would prove me right, and I can't be proven right. Do you agree that Cobra Kai and Karate Kid is like a grounded Star Wars honor? I mean, I don't think like the comparison is that apt. I mean, there's similarities in vague concepts, but obviously, um, I think like anything other than basic story ideas, which successful stories have, um, there's not that much in common. Spinoff of Carmen Diaz back in Ecuador, which was 18. Yeah, I don't know if that gets the biggest audience though. Matt Moore is here. Watch party and friends. Rough week. But today was when to celebrate my birthday with family. Good to be 28. Happy birthday, Matt. You are a young 28 with 2 sets of twins. He's a young 28. Everyone. But good for you, Matt. Good for you. I was with family most of the day too. Age doesn't matter. Back in 2022, I was Cobra Kai for Halloween. Who's going to be Cobra Kai for like a character from Cobra Kai or just like Cobra Kai the dojo? Did you go as the whole dojo? Which is kind of cool if you could pull it off. Do you think you'll see Wicked in November? I didn't see Wicked 1. I never saw the stage play. My wife party has seen it. Loved it, I think, or liked it. I can't remember. I think she liked it. She certainly didn't dislike it. So I was thinking, did they play Wicked music at the wedding? No, I think it was Hamilton though. Like towards the end of the night, she and like her sister and they went to the DJ and asked them to start playing some Hamilton music because they like that, and everyone, they were all happy. I'm like, what is this music? I'm gonna watch this stuff. I'm a man. I just swear Amanda saw her dad having an affair with her math tutor, getting baseball picked on Lizzie and Rooney and friends. Yes. Yeah. Watch party. The scene with Johnny and Kreese ending their story was very good. I think that Johnny and Kreese are good for now. Yeah, they're gonna have to be. Kreese is dead, but yes, Max, I agree with you. Many people cite it as one of the best moments in the show. So yeah. Axel was badass though. Yeah, he was. Stop watching Star Wars or stop watching Cobra Kai for the rest of your life. I would watch stop new stuff. I mean, I would stop watching Star Wars. I almost already have. I was willing to go until we got to Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I don't like the way they did Grand Admiral Thrawn. It was a disappointment. So what are you gonna do? Want him to focus on Miguel and his real father. Fair enough. Especially since the father arc in season 5 was so short and a little unsatisfying. Robin, she's talking to Robin. Did you see Cobra Kai fan films bringing back the cast from the show? One of them called this Cobra Kai movie. I do think I saw some. I haven't watched any of them, but I've vaguely seen some stuff. You were Johnny. Oh, cool. I mean, I'm not really a Sam Axel shipper. Would love to see them together in Okinawa as friends, Sam being a mentor to Axel. Or co-senseis, yeah. Yeah, I don't see Sam as a mentor to Axel. That's not the right dynamic. You got to see Wicked. It's awesome. Yeah, maybe I should. But I want to watch the If I say I'd probably would rather see it on stage or something. I don't want to watch the movie. Are the Emmys tonight? Screw the Emmys. They screw over Cobra Kai too many times. Skeleton and your boys. Yeah, I think I got the pictures. I saw those pictures. They want to be a fireman and policeman, and girls are coming as Wednesday and her friend Enid. I assume it's Enid. Yes. Yeah, and I think your girls are right in that prime age that for Wednesday. I bet obviously they like it. So yeah. Did you watch Wednesday season 2 part 2? Yes, I have, and I have even a video on it. It's recorded. I hope to get it out tomorrow. So make sure you check the channel. Make sure your notifications are on. It actually wasn't bad. I just the Wednesday part 2. Like for some reason, I thought like it was gonna fall off the cliff or something. I didn't know, but it it stayed fresh. And I've said this every time I make a video on it. It mostly thrives on the performance of their lead. But I think Enid was pretty good in part 2. Like had some work going on. The writing is pretty intelligent, at least as far as like Wednesday, the wit and stuff. A lot of the other characters are forgettable, and the whole plot, it's like I don't even really know what the hell's going on. It's like, what the hell's going on? I don't know. But like they're all really worried about it. I would love to see a scene where Johnny thanks Miyagi by going to his grave. Johnny wouldn't have had balance if it wasn't me. Yeah, maybe. But we got Johnny at his mom's grave, so I think that was maybe a little bit better. If they had a spinoff of a young Amanda, get the girl who played young Missy to play young Amanda. Oh, I know who you mean. You mean from Young Sheldon? Yeah, that would be funny. They probably won't, but yes, that would be funny. I'm still stuck. Kreese is dead with Silver. You didn't like Silver, yeah. Silver had it coming, Everyone's hungry for a chosen spinoff. He stole the show. Both Wicked versions. Well, I guess you got to start with one. And my wife is on Epic the Musical too. That's like a TikTok musical that got big. Speaking of Star Wars, here's hoping they don't do Thrawn dirty this time. Is this in Ahsoka Part 2? Or is he coming back in something else before that? I'm out of the loop. My problem is I actually want Thrawn to win. Like to me at this point, like Thrawn is the good guy. Like I want to see Thrawn win. Like anyway. And he loses too stupidly, and it's just frustrating. Give it a chance once Kathleen Kennedy goes. Yeah, right. That Charlie Sheen documentary, since he was the OG. I think I saw something about this Charlie Sheen thing. If I watch it, it's not because he was the OG choice for Daniel. I mean, was he ever an original choice or just someone that got thrown around or auditioned? I remember Ralph talking about there being a big audition with a lot of people. But I may watch the Charlie Sheen documentary, or maybe I won't. I don't know. I think he'll be in one of the new movies coming out. Oh, that Grogu movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, that Favreau's doing, which is like, oh God, I don't know, man. I just don't care. It's like too much, and it's not good, and I don't know. What do you do? Like, I just like you're done with it, you know. Which one were you guys seen where Johnny thanks Miyagi for saving his life? Finally acknowledging him. I think ultimately when Johnny embraced Miyagi-Do, it was partially embracing like Miyagi and such. I think like you can take that as part of it, you know. Charlie Sheen did the movie called The Rookie with Clint Eastwood, which showed off his martial arts skills, which gave you a glimpse of how he would have handled Daniel. Chuck Norris trained him. Did he? Honestly, it's better Charlie Sheen was never Daniel LaRusso because A, can you imagine Charlie Sheen today having come back to play Daniel LaRusso in Cobra Kai? Like, it's just like, ew. No, I don't think that's the way we would want to go. So it worked out for the best. You know, Ralph handles it much better. There's a John Candy documentary coming out. Yes, that one I think I will watch. In fact, when the trailer was out there, I sent it to my sister and my mom. So we'll watch that one. Sonic is here. Watch party. Yeah, Chuck Norris doesn't flush the toilet. He scares the shit out. Yeah, Chucky, man. Almost missed the stream. You were here. You made it. David or Henry? I mean, I guess Henry Cavill. I actually prefer David's suit. Henry Cavill is. I don't like the suit as much. It's the whole Snyderverse, you know, look and stuff that Snyder was going for. And I don't know. I think the look is better, but definitely Henry Cavill's pretty damn cool. Can he stream 10 more minutes today? Well, we'll stream 10 more minutes. What do you Sure. Absolutely happy to. Oh, Weapons. Yeah, I think I heard that. It was really good, wasn't it? I haven't seen it. Not sure I quite have the time, but yeah. Charlie Sheen wouldn't have worked as Daniel LaRusso. I don't think he and Pat would have worked well together. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know to what extent he was ever really in the running for that role. You know, a lot of times what happens is like someone was like mentioned or auditioned for a role, you know, now we're talking decades later and it's like, oh, he was originally going to be that. It was like, not really. It was, you know, just something that came up, you know, that, you know, was ultimately considered and rejected. You know, it's like, there's a difference between like someone who was considered for a role and then rejected for that role versus someone like who was like offered the role and then, you know, it didn't work out or something. You know, there's like, you know, hundreds of people will get considered for a role, but that doesn't really mean anything. One thing you do, Ralph practiced martial arts and strength conditioning throughout his life. He's more of a dancer, yeah. I mean, Ralph is Ralph. I don't like. I'm sure he's lived a busy, full life. You know. It's hard to picture anyone spot Ralph playing Daniel. Yeah, that's very true. Like you can't like put Charlie Sheen in that role. That's kind of hard. If the next spinoff is a Sam and Okinawa, what storyline, in your opinion, do you think it could be, especially if it sets up Miyagi prequel even more? I would see it more as like a framing of a Miyagi prequel. If something like that happened, it would be more like she finds something that's in like the Miyagi box or something connected to the Miyagi box. And then, you know, she remembers the Miyagi box, and then you go from Miyagi box to Miyagi flashback. I mean, I don't have anything more specific than that, but like something along those lines in the history of Miyagi Do. Ralph has a black belt now. Whoa, there you go. How hyped are you for the new Nolan movie? I think this is interesting because I don't think he's done a film like this. Wait, do you mean the Greek one? Odysseus? Isn't that what Christopher Nolan's doing? I am not hyped at that. I'm actually a little frustrated. Because first off, like, so actually I just mentioned Epic the Musical, like the thing on TikTok that my wife party is a huge fan of. Like I first off, I actually think that guy, because what he did, Epic the Musical, was about the story of Odysseus. I think he kind of put Odysseus and kind of Greek stories back in the cultural, the zeitgeist, in the imagination. And there's actually been a bit of a resurgence. You know, if you don't follow this stuff, you wouldn't know it. And then there's actually a lot of people that are trying to copy what he did with their own stuff. And so, and then like in swoops, Christopher Nolan is like, well, let's do Odysseus. Like, I'm not saying he was directly influenced by that, but I think like some of the times stuff like bubbles up to the surface in that way. You know, it was indirectly connected, even if not directly. And then I don't know, he's made some choices that just make me scratch my head. And I don't know. You know how people say I'm here for it? It's like, well, I'm not really here for it. I don't care. The only thing that bothered me with the Cobra Kai ending was Kim Dae-un murdering her grandfather, Master Kim, and then Chosen hooking up with her. I'm worried for Chosen. Killing your grandfather's a huge dating. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But she did it for, you know, the glory of Cobra Kai, to free Cobra Kai from his menace. Because he was going to send Yoon back to kill someone, perhaps. Yeah. Horrible. What do you think of Chosen and Kim's romance arc? Unexpected, but it was fun. Do you like how they put it in there, or could have been better set up? I mean, it comes off kind of fast, but you know, in this world, with this show, with this timing, fast is pretty much the only option they had. A last minute edition. Well, I don't necessarily know if it was like last minute. Like, I think they were thinking it at some point going into season 6. It's not like they threw it in on the last day of shooting, but you know, it's just something, you know, they wanted the characters to end up somewhere happy, so they end up together, and then you got to find a way to get it, but you also don't have a lot of screen time to dedicate it to it, you know. So that's basically how it worked, and you know, we got what we got, and it was kind of surprising and funny, and I enjoyed it. Listen to the podcast when we talked about it. Zendaya's just making a cameo. That I don't know. That doesn't make any sense because like she was like one of the first people announced. Like you don't like announce cameos, and I'm not even sure who she's playing, but whatever. Should have stayed with Kumiko. Well, Kumiko had other ideas. What martial artists do you think would make a great comeback if they were on Cobra Kai? Jeff Speakman, he's very underrated. His best movie is The Perfect Weapon. I'm unaware of it. I get that watch. I get that wife party on her reasons, but still, you when you think about it, it's kind of messed up. It's fictional show, and you can't think about it that much. What I tell myself about that? Yeah. Well, yeah. Get that watch party on her reasons. Yes, I mean it is a red flag. Don't I generally wouldn't date someone who murdered their grandfather. I don't think my wife did. So we're good on that. And I didn't either, so she's good on that. So I'm good. I can't speak for the rest of you. Can't get over Hillary Swank. Hillary Swank does her own thing. Master Kim was worse than Kim Daeun. Glad she redeemed the Korean Cobra Kai. Yeah. Do you think that Chosen knows that Kim is Master Kim's granddaughter? Oh yeah, I think he was made aware of that at some point. Why did Kreese bite Kim Daeun? To say hello, I guess, or maybe she put ketchup on her ear. I don't know. Having Jackie in the Ralph in the movie was pointless. Yeah. How would Johnny react to Robbie showing him modern rock bands like Linkin Park? He would just call it trash. Why you listen to this trash? Johnny's hair metal, Robbie new metal. If Cobra Kai didn't exist, Karate Kid Legends would have been 10 times more hyped. I actually disagree. I think it would have been less hyped. I would have been like, really? People still talking about Martin going, what are you going to do? Stuff comes up. Why would Johnny call Linkin Park trash? It's rock. Just because Johnny only likes what he likes from, the 80s. That's pretty much it. Only date an athlete like you. All right, ladies, if you're an athlete, you can date T-Flex Champ. He's got muscles. It wasn't too bad a movie, but it wasn't great either. I mean, I wouldn't have seen it had Cobra Kai not existed. So there's that. He'd like Rage Against the Machine. Maybe he's maybe heard some things that he didn't hate, but he's not like big on them. I understand the technique Master Kim used that Sensei Kim did. There is punishment, and then there's like the tough moves to like kill. All right. So yeah, it's just how it is. Okay, what do we got? No news there's no direct news yet, so I'll get to some soon. What martial artist will make it great? Oh boy, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people wanted the kid from Kicking It. I forget his name because I didn't really know it. You know, so much. Drew had a video at one point. Leo Howard. That's it. Like people just like Leo Howard once had dinner with Jesse Cove, right? Like they had Jesse Cove, and the next thing Drew had a video. Leo Howard maybe in Cobra Kai season 4. Like kind of the more just sort of jumping at anything, but he got a lot of views. So what are you gonna say? Dying for Leo Howard, yeah. Barnes and Silver in a street fight, nah. All right. Oh, more people are here, but I gotta go. I think wife just came in. So I love you all. Wednesday stuff. Who is Leo Howard? He was a star of the show Kicking It, which was a martial arts. Apparently he's a really good martial artist. Like that's legit. Anyway, Wednesday coming soon. Tomorrow or Tuesday, hopefully. I'll get a Cobra Kai video. We'll do some Stranger Things probably for a while, and then learn Party, guys. Don't forget that. You want to check that one out too. Love you all. Have a great day. See you at the next watch party. Bye-bye.